the team in gold. We should mention Team Ohlmiller's facilitator is Amanda Johansson. In Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse, the facilitators are helpers, they're advisors, so they, in this instance, help work the bench, and during the week of practice, they're also valuable for the captains who are working double duty.
Amanda Johansson, she's a part of that national team training for the U.S., so that's an amazing facilitator to have. Just another eyes on the field to help you with making decisions, seeing some things that maybe while you're playing, it's a little hard to keep track of.
Perfect shooting so far for Kayla Trainer. Her team is 4 for 6 overall in the first 4 minutes of this contest as you look at the Geico leaderboard. Remember, Katrina Geiger on the orange squad with that caused turnover and ground ball picked up 14 quickly. Kayla Trainer, a couple of tallies, that's good for 24 points overall. There's an individual champion at the end of 5 weeks who'll play 30 games. All of the totals from each game get carried over. And it's an individual point scorer. There's team scoring. If Ohlmiller continues to hold on, everybody on Team Ohlmiller will pick up 20 points. There's win points, 45 points for a victory overall. MVP voting, you and I have just been blessed with our tablets to produce an MVP vote at the end of the game. There are 3 who get MVP points at the end of each. It all adds up to an individual champion in 5 weeks' time with Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse. If you were handicapping it, you might say Kayla Trainer would be there from 5 weeks from now as she rattles that one off the crossbar. Trainer just inches away from an early hat trick. It has been a dominating opening quarter offensively for Team Ohlmiller. Majorana, who transferred from Maryland, concluded her college career at Syracuse. Another member of the Orange there to defend her, that's Becca Block, one of the game's best. Levy off the flip for Trainer. Just outside the 2-point key, an 8-meter key in Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse. That's a turnover, and those are very, very costly. That's a -8 when you turn the ball over on your individual leaderboard total. There's another turnover. 60 seconds, fresh shot clock for Team Ohlmiller.
I love that the athletes are showcasing their skill with behind the backs, looking to push the transition up the field in a fast break, but there's a fine line in being flashy and doing the safe, consistent, easy thing.
You hear Angie Benson barking her defensive cues. Ohlmiller with a beautiful dodge and finish. The captain, Kylie Ohlmiller, makes her voice heard with a nasty move from behind the cage.
Joe, we're basically seeing a mirror look at Kayla Trainer's goal. Kayla had come around that right side. Kylie, as a natural lefty, came from back left side of the cage, saw that she had a step on her defensive player, who was able to run through that crease, and she just beat her to a spot. And that's what it's all about, seeing what you have, seeing what's available, and taking advantage of it.
Ohlmiller left Grace Gabriel, who played collegiately at Marquette. She left her in the dust back behind the goal, and Team Ohlmiller is shooting 5 for 8 in the first 7 minutes of this contest. Well on its way to winning the opening quarter and earning each of its players, dressed in gold, 20 points on the leaderboard. The reason Ohlmiller and her offensive mates have had so much fun is they've been dominating at the draw control. They've won 4 of the first 5. Haley Warden's going to take this one now for Team Ohlmiller. Working opposite of Taylor Vanthoff. This belongs to Team Benson. Fast break numbers, cutting right to the cage. McCool gets stuffed by Reed. Marie McCool, one of the best two-way players in Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse, weaved her way in there and then met the roadblock named Britt Reed. Reed with the save, give her 6 points. Every stop the goalies make earns them 6. final 35 seconds of the frame. McCool fires and scores. Marie McCool would not be denied the second time around.
Marie McCool, it's not often to say that in an entire quarter we have not said her name. However, coming up with that draw control, first shot and second shot right in a row, she was able to showcase her speed, her athleticism, a nice quick split to her right-hand side. Because she's so shifty and quick, she was able to get that shot off before the sliding defender was able to get a piece of it. This is how she can put the team on her back and bring them back into this game.
Marie, proud to be part of Athletes Unlimited. She loves the diversity, the inclusive nature of this league. And as an Asian American, she didn't see a lot of other players who looked like her when she was growing up in this sport. All of these athletes firmly believe that working now at this professional level, opening up the game to others, and especially the younger generation, will be vital over the next 5 weeks. McCool has made it 5-1, putting an end to the Team Ohlmiller 5-goal run. Dempsey Arsenault, another of the greats out of Boston College, flashing in here, 4-on-3. Trainer off the face dodge. She keeps possession as time expires in the opening quarter. We've played 8 minutes. And the team dressed in gold, Team Ohlmiller, has been shooting up a storm. 5-1 will get you back to Maryland Soccerplex in a moment.
Stay out, stay out. Oh, I thought I had that. That was a great move. Yo, guys, listen up. Right now, we're just super quiet on the field on both ends right now. And I know we're like nervous, and like I think everyone's nervous, but we gotta like take care of the ball and settle. I think we're so rushed to get a goal right now because we're down. We don't need to rush. It's still the first quarter. Does that make sense? Yeah. Defense, we have to talk. We have to talk, okay? That's the biggest thing. And honestly, keep playing till the whistle.
A very level-headed captain there, Angie Benson. We look forward to those into the game segments as Angie's squad has been peppered by Team Ohlmiller 5-1 after 8 minutes. The beneficiary of all that, of course, is the goalkeeper for Team Ohlmiller. That's Britt Reed. Britt's kind enough to join us before the start of the second frame. Britt, what did you see from your team's offense a long way, some 80 yards from your cage?
Yeah, they're awesome. Great ball movement in there. We have some really talented players who connect really well, move the ball fast, and put the ball in the back of the net before the defense can even react. Great ball movement in transition up the field, and, you know, we crushed it on the circle.
Britt, what are you seeing out of your defense that you want to continue to see in that second quarter?
Aggression, and like we're just hyped and ready to play, and I think we're ready to dictate them. We know their tendencies. Kenzie Kent's going to take a crease roll. Marie wants to drive. Sid wants to drive off of a pick. Like staying with those tendencies, knowing who each player is and what they're going to do, and be prepared to stop it before they get it.
Hey, Britt, thanks for taking us into the game. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Britt Reed preparing for the second quarter. Team Ohlmiller has a 5-1 advantage, and this is the way it looks instantly on the Geico leaderboard. The individual point totals, the team totals now. Remember, Ohlmiller winning that opening quarter. Each player on her side earns another 20 points.
What I love about this leaderboard, obviously Kayla Trainer's done a great job of showing that she is a goal scorer. But then you have Kayla Wood. She is a defensive player who is super close in second place right now, all because of winning draw controls, having an assist, picking up ground balls.
Friends and family and special guests at the Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse opener tonight. Courtney Martinez-Connor will join me again this evening at 7:30 Eastern Time. Our coverage of Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse, it'll be continuing. It's part 2 of our season kickoff. It's the top lacrosse players competing for titles and cash prizes throughout the season. Only one champion will be crowned It's Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse on CBS Sports Network. The second half, the nightcap, if you will be Team Dowdy against Team O'Donnell. Katie O'Donnell, an outstanding offensive player, and Meg Dowdy, just a rock on defense.
You can basically look at any of these players, Joe, and say, I want them on my team. It's just who is going to mesh the best together, and right now that's Team Ohlmiller.
And that's the very interesting thing that comes up every Monday from now on, when the teams and new captains, the top 4-point producers from this weekend will be captains, and they'll select their own squads on the draft night Monday. Trainer, who's been her usual offensive-minded self, has the ball checked out of her cross, but she regains control. Team Ohlmiller in the goal, Team Benson in the orange. Arsenal trying to lose McCool. That's no easy assignment. Off the spin, Warden on the flip for Allie Kennedy, who struck in the opening quarter. Just getting going in the second quarter. 8 minutes of time on the clock. A 60-second shot clock, which is now at 15. As Benson straightens up to make that stop. That's her second of the game.
We're already seeing patience from Team Benson. As soon as that save was made, it's not just about how fast you can get it up the field, but let's do it safely.
Courtney, 10 players against 10. It's 3 attackers, 3 midfielders, 3 defenders, and a goalie. They play 6-on-6 at this end of the field.
That equates to a lot of running for the midfielders, but something that they're prepared, they've trained for. Having 6 players opens up the field. Generally, 7 is what you see in the collegiate game. It's a little bit more compact, a lot more players on the inside, a little bit more congestion. But everyone has said they really like the look of 6-on-6.
Reed with another smart-looking stop on Sydney Pareca. Sydney, who went for 3 goals and 2 assists in the scrimmages in camp leading up to this Friday night opener. Britt Reed, when tested so far, has been very strong in goal. You hear Angie Benson talking to Katrina Geiger as we reflect back on Reed's handiwork.
Look at that save, nice and tight. We saw defender on her hands, but she held her position strong.
Majorana off of a beautiful move. A sidewinder to score. Hallie Majorana with her second on the day.
As the teams had practiced this past Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, preparing for today's game, Haley said it's that connection that she feels. We see Trainer in the shot right there. They thought she was going to do a little flip. That's something that they did in their Syracuse careers. However, she was able to pull and protect that stick around that sliding defensive player for a nice, quick, easy finish. Nifty stick work with the low to high shot.
Majorana and Team Ohlmiller shooting 60% in this first half. As a result, a comfortable 6-1 lead. Now a reminder, each quarter is up for grabs. So the 5-1 first quarter, the 20 points for winning, all to the 14 on the roster for Team Ohlmiller. Now you play another game within the game inside the quarter. Should Benson's team win this frame overall goal scoring, let's say 3-2, they would pick up the 20 points. For right now, they're trailing 1-0 in the second as we are nearing the 3-minute mark of quarter 2. Kira Pelton brings it ahead. She played collegiately at Stanford. Courtney, as this game continues to grow, we mentioned it's such an exciting time for the sport. There are more than 500 NCAA collegiate programs when you figure out all the divisions. The game has definitely gone west.
Gone west and south. Clemson just announced this summer that they're going to be adding women's lacrosse as a part of their sports.
Trainer drawing 2. Somehow she finds the goal again. Kayla Trainer with a hat trick. Courtney, you could send 5 people to her defensively. She's going to find a way.
she'll find a way to either finish it herself, or her eyes are always up to be able to feed off of her dodge. But we see right now, her eyes are up. She's actually looking for a potential option. And we see that shot, she was aiming for low and away, looking to shoot around her defender, and was able to put it on that far side. That stick has eyes. She really gets it out in front of her body before she snaps it for that quick little push-pull. That's her third goal of the day.
I guess we should have known with Kayla, her freshman year at Syracuse, all she did was factor in 71 goals. A magnificent career, 3 times the National Attacker of the Year during her collegiate days, and now she is the bench boss for that program in Syracuse, with Gary Gait taking over on the men's side. 3 minutes deep in the second quarter, and 7-1 for Team Ohlmiller in the gold jerseys. It's the first of 2 with you on CBS Sports Network, Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse, presented by Geico.
Marie McCool, holding her position right there, was able to cause a turnover off of that draw control possession that Team Ohlmiller had gained. Great job, again, caused turnovers, huge stats for defensive players with 12 points.
Shayna Parekha off the roll dodge, outside the 8-meter key. Score from beyond that arc, behind that key, and you'll get 2 points in Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse. McCool has the lone goal for the team dressed in orange. Shayna Parekha picked up on the outside, off the flip. McCool to the alley, just past the elbow on the scoop. Kenzie Kent shovels that one just wide of the target. Shot clock, Courtney, is at 7. McCool drives in and scores. Marie McCool.
I love that sheer will. Coming in out of bounds, she was able to see that there's not a lot of time on the clock. She was able to squeak one in defensively, overplaying on a side. We see that quick little step to the inside, beating the goalkeeper to the inside, diving and finishing. 7-2, Team Ohlmiller.
Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Guaranteed Rate.
A few nights ago, it was Katie O'Donnell, Angie Benson, Meg Dowdy, and Kylie Ohlmiller. Last but not least, captains for this inaugural week of Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse, who presided over the draft. Dana Boyle was there with me, the former Virginia Cavalier. She'll be our draft analyst. Courtney Martinez-Connor is our game analyst, and this is the way it broke down. No surprise, Court, to see Kaylee Waters as the first keeper taken.
Not at all. Kaylee Waters is a step above each and every one of these goalkeepers. They are all excellent in their own right. However, Kaylee Waters, this shows the fact that she was the 8th pick, the importance of having just the top netminder for your team. Becca Block is that first defender. Most teams picked a lot of attack and a lot of middies up front. However, Kaylee and Becca getting on the board early in that draft showed their importance on the field.
Fans, we want you to get even closer to the game by joining the Unlimited Club for free. Download the Athletes Unlimited app today. You'll receive all the latest news and updates in the palm of your hand. Stream digital games, unlock special access, and more. And if you're looking for even more than that, upgrade your membership for a whole year of behind-the-scenes access of all Athletes Unlimited seasons. Join the players in voting for game MVPs and the end-of-season awards. Visit auprosports.com. You'll learn more about the Unlimited Club, and you can make your Geico Unlimited pick to unlock content from your favorite player. As we update the leaderboard presented by Geico, Kayla Trainer has 3 goals. Every goal you score is worth 12. Her leaderboard total up to 80 now.
Did we talk about her in the Open, Joe?
Yes, we did. That means you're a bright analyst.
Thank you. Thank you.
Right on cue. Although, honestly, with all the talent on the field, you could close your eyes and just throw a dart.
Probably so.
You'd have the right player. Walfer there defensively. Walfer on the clear. Played at Towson nearby. We are about 30 miles from our nation's capital, Washington, D.C. We are at Maureen Hendricks Field at the Maryland Soccerplex. It's the home of Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse's inaugural season. Team Ohlmiller in goal. A healthy 7-2 advantage over Team Benson. They wear the orange. Familiar color for Becca Block defensively. 36 there in the orange. Swinging on around for Nicole Levy. Then Allie Kennedy, whose game looks an awful lot like her captains, right? Kylie Ohlmiller, they're almost twins the way they play. Vanthoff lost the handle. Majorana had it blocked. A scoop shot from Trainer denied by Benson, as Trainer wasted no time getting that out of her cross. 3 saves now for Angie as she clears. Mary-Kate Bonani will bring it ahead.
Great defensive plays inside. However, Team Ohlmiller picking up the ground ball 1 time, 2 times. Majorana Trainer testing Angie Benson in goal, and I'll tell you what, she stepped up in the second quarter.
Kenzie Kent, for the most part, has been held in check here. She sidesteps her defender, works right in, and just missed it over top of the crossbar. Closest to the ball, where and when it leaves the field after a shot, gets possession. In that instance, it belongs to Team Ohlmiller in goal. The Gold squad now has 50 seconds to shoot. As you see Kira Pelton approach the 8-meter key. If you score from behind that key, they'll give you 2 points in Athletes Unlimited. And if you do, you'll get 16 points for your individual tally. Right now, Kayla Trainer leading in week 1, game 1. Majorana, another sidewinder, that's stabbed by Benson. Acrobatic keeper, not afraid to take chances outside of that goal circle. Starts the clear for her team. Becca Block for Bonani, and ahead to Kenzie Kent.
Becca Block showing her speed, number 36 for Team Benson. Defensive player. When she was at Syracuse, they actually put her on the track, she and her twin sister, to race against the track athletes in their cleats, and they just barely lost to collegiate Division I.
Becca always said her twin sister Lindley was underrated. McCool feeds inside. That's off of Stevens and collected by Britt Reed. Reed will take it out of that goal circle. Launching a long clear. On the hop, Caroline Wakefield, one of many North Carolina Tar Heels. That pass sails high. Great hustle effort. Ball goes over to the orange. If that turnover is credited to Wakefield, you lose 8 points on your total. If you are credited with a turnover, you better be mindful with a lacrosse ball in Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse.
When teaching the younger kids, you always talk about the ball being golden. Obviously, it's highlighter yellow in our league, but golden, take care of the ball, do whatever it takes to keep possession. So far, 6 turnovers for Team Gold, Team Ohlmiller.
Final 15 seconds of the quarter. Team Benson trying to tie up the quarter. They're trailing in the individual quarter by 2-1, 7-2 overall. If they do score, the 20 points for the frame would carry over. The third quarter would be worth 40. That's the way it works. Shot clock turned off, 8.6 to go for Kenzie Kent. She doesn't need a lot of time to get to the net. She turns the corner. Inside roll. She sends it high. Off of that little question mark dodge. As the opening half comes to its end, we've played 16 minutes at Maureen Hendricks Field at the Maryland Soccerplex, and Team Oldmiller in gold has a healthy 7-2 advantage. The Oldmiller squad has won both quarters, 5-1 in the first, 2-1 in the second. We'll get you back for more in just a few moments on CBS Sports Network. Team Oldmiller on top after 16 minutes, one half of play in Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse's inaugural game. Kayla Trainer with 3. Hallie Majorana has a couple of goals, and they're rocketing up the leaderboard. A 7-2 advantage after 2 quarters. Folks, before the season took off, the athletes weighed in on why this sport is so special for them.
I definitely love this game.
I love this sport.
What I love about lacrosse is a very fast-paced sport. You can really show your athleticism in it.
I love lacrosse because, one, of the community. I think it brings a lot of people together.
I get to play with my best friends, which I'm super pumped about doing this league.
Different types of athletes can come and pick up a stick and pick it up pretty quickly.
Highlights very specific players, whether you're in the attack or the defense or in midfield.
Fast-paced, it's exciting to watch.
I love that it's fast, creative, super spontaneous.
It's super fast. It's a lot of fun.
Just everything about the creativeness of lacrosse is something that really drew me towards it when I was younger.
What I love most is that it's on the rise and that it's getting bigger and bigger all across the country every day. So it's exciting to be a part of such a special sport that's growing so quickly.
Joe Beninati, Courtney Martinez, Connor with you for more Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse Court. Truth be told, I fell in love with the sport when I was cut from the baseball team. What was it about lacrosse that made you fall in love with the game?
The speed, the athleticism, the fact that you can have the ball in your stick and run from one end of the field to the other. It is the fastest sport on 2 feet, and it's the fastest growing sport across the country. It's something that brings, I think, communities together, right? It's a sport where you could be the fastest person or the most skilled and still succeed, which I think is great.
More first half intermission activities when we return, getting you back to Maryland Soccerplex, where Team Oldmiller has the 7-2 advantage. Fans, it's time to earn your points for watching today's broadcast. Take out your phone, enter the code on the screen into your Athletes Unlimited app to earn points. If you don't have the Athletes Unlimited app, head over to the Apple App Store or Google Play Store. You'll start earning points to unlock exclusive rewards. Stay in the know about all things Athletes Unlimited. Team Benson. Angie Benson's the goalkeeper. She has seen a lot of Kayla Trainer so far, and that's a player who can give you nightmares. It was a golden first half for Team Old Miller. They had the first 5 on the board. They have a 7-2 lead after 2 quarters in this inaugural game of Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse. Joe Beninati and Courtney Martinez. Connor with you. Courtney, a 5-time national champion at Maryland. Court, what set Team Old Miller off on the right path in that opening quarter?
Draw controls, and patience on the offensive end of the field. You know, you need to have the ball in your stick in order to score, and that comes with getting the ball off the draw.
Courtney mentions the draw control. Have a look at the first highlight. All it took was 8 seconds for Hallie Majorana to get on the board.
Love the battle that each team showed here. Ultimately, it was Kayla Wood coming up with the ball and showing how fast our sport can be. All you have to do is get it into an attacker's hand, boom, goal. We see right here a nice little highlight of Dempsey Arsenault. Her head is up. She was highlighted in yellow. She sees a wide open Kayla Trainer, and that gigantic space in front of her is what enables her to have that clear shot on goal. Another one by Allie Kennedy, seeing her space and taking it. Kayla Trainer coming up and around the crease yet again. This is one of my favorite, that little dip and dunk. She's throwing in that little head fake, dropping her stick, and ultimately finishing it. However, Marie McCool coming up and getting her team onto the board for Team Benson.
Team Old Miller won the first quarter and the second quarter, which means all of their players bagged 40 points in the Athletes Unlimited scoring system. As we take a look at the first half numbers through 16 minutes, the shot story is pretty close.
Shots are close. Obviously, turnovers are pretty close. Draw controls, huge difference. Saves, Benson is coming up with some big ones. However, when you play as a team, your team has a better opportunity to move you as an individual up that leaderboard. If you're turning the ball over and not getting ground balls, that's what's going to set your team on that lower end and not give you the opportunities that you need.
A gorgeous late afternoon at the Maryland Soccerplex, the home of Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse. Team Old Miller getting set for the third against Team Betson in a moment.
I can't keep being dragged over there because I don't know where I'm at on the field. Like there's no like lineage. I don't know where I'm at because we don't have the 8. We need to talk about that. With you left. Stay on. Watch. Yep, shift over. Hey, be ready. Allie. Allie, be ready. Be ready. Kayla! Up, 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 up. Ooh, sorry. Sorry.
That's okay, Caroline. We're going into the game with Caroline Wakefield. Everybody can take a misstep. She said she wasn't sure where she was with respect to the markings on the field. This is a different size field, 80 yards from goal to goal, but Caroline talking about the 8-meter key, not having the fan to accompany it.
Generally, when you press out to the 12, you know where you're at. So spacing-wise, I completely understand what she's getting at, but I love her communication, right? Every single second, she's letting her teammates know what she's doing, what they need to be doing, and how to be pressing forth.
Whenever you watched Team Old Miller during the week of practice, it was Caroline Wakefield barking out instructions to her mates. You hear all the communication field level with Angie Benson in cage. Off the flip, it's Arsenault. Nice feed, beautiful combination passing, and Old Miller finishes it.
What I love about this offense is it's a different look than what we've seen from the first half. First and second quarter, it was a lot of movement behind the goal cage. This was a little bit of a weave, flipping, passing, moving the defense from one side to the other. And once the defense committed to that Dempsey Arsenal player, she said, here we go. I'm feeding it inside to a wide open Kylie Ohlmiller. Not a second slide for Team Benson. So that's what created that opening.
Scouting report on Kylie Ohlmiller, 110% energy all the time, even in super slow-mo there. She's given her mates a 6-point cushion. 3 multi-goal scorers for Team Ohlmiller already. Trainer leading the way with 3. Majorana has 2. Ohlmiller has 2. With each goal in Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse, the player gets 12 points on her overall count. Ohlmiller's team winning both the first and second quarters. Everybody on the roster gets 20 points. If you win the game overall, you'll get 45. There's MVP voting that's going on. Every play matters with regard to the scoring totals and the stats adding up quickly. That was a collision inside and the ball bounces home. Team Ohlmiller getting all the good breaks as well.
That looked like it was about to be a foul inside, potentially. Another 8-meter for Kylie Ohlmiller. However, she was able to handle that ball with such ease. We see that defensive player coming in nice and hard. Marie McCool with the contact. However, a nice little flip over her shoulder as she's getting rid of it. Squeaks in over Angie Benson for a second goal of that third quarter.
Just enough for Kylie Ohlmiller. Back-to-back tallies for the captain. She has the hat trick. With regard to Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse, the captains and their facilitators, advisors and helpers, they can challenge. Players can challenge and ask the officials to take video review. Our officials today, the head official is Patty Kletcher-Porter. This previous goal being reviewed. Lynn Bowers, Ronnie Anton. The table official has the final say. That's Devin Holcomb in this game, the first of 2 tonight.
What I love about this look as they are deciding whether or not she was in the crease before she got rid of the ball. Again, I'd call that more of a junk goal, an unlucky goal for Team Benson. But was she in the crease before that shot went off? And now that we see it in slow-mo, there wasn't a foul. That was a good defensive play and crash by Team Benson defensively.
And Kylie's momentum takes her inside that goal circle. Should it stand, it'll be a couple of tallies for Ohlmiller in 36 seconds. As Team Ohlmiller has been bullying Team Benson to this point, 9-2 at the moment.
Joe, we talked about how important the draw controls are in this game. So far, Team Ohlmiller leading Team Benson by 10-3 in terms of draw controls.
Every draw control 1 earns that player 2 points. There's the collision. There's the ball popping over Benson's head as the officials continue their review after the challenge.
The athlete is in the goal circle, so there's no goal. So we start with a goal, no goal.
See, Ohlmiller has landed in the circle before the ball crosses the goal line. The officials are going to take that goal away from Kylie Ohlmiller and return us to an 8-2 score as you take a look at it carefully at the top of the circle. Follow the arc, follow the bouncing ball, but the officials say no for Kylie Ohlmiller.
Joe, even though Team Benson did this as one of their challenges, they get 2 a game. This counts a part of their 2. They don't get it back. Correct. Even though that they were correct.
Correct.
I think it was a wise choice to use it. 1 goal has already occurred in the beginning of this third quarter. That would have put them up by another goal. Again, there's a winner for each quarter. So now they're only down by 1, essentially, in this second or third quarter.
Team Ohlmiller in the gold plays Team O'Donnell tomorrow at noon. Team Dowdy Sunday at noon. Team Benson in the orange gets the free possession off of the successful challenge. Team Benson will square off with Team Dowdy tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern and Team O'Donnell Sunday at 3 p.m. as the officials get things sorted out. We're just in the early stages of the second half, early third quarter action. Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse, Angie Benson gets it kick-started. She and her mates needing to strike quickly. They've lost the first two individual quarters. They are top four on the leaderboard at the end of this weekend. The top four will be new captains. They'll draft new squads on Monday night. That's when the fun starts. Who do I pick? Why do I pick them? McCool has a couple of goals. She feeds inside. Kenzie Kent has been under wraps. High-scoring former captain of the BC Eagles. On the sweep, Pareka defended well there. Running with her was Haley Warden. There's a 60-second shot clock in Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse. Great save there. McCool was beaten by Katie Glynn. Katie Glynn, 0-0, has come on for Britt Reed. Reed played the opening half. We had the quick cutaway there of Glynn. Glynn makes the stop, and each goalie save is worth 6 points.
Team Miller is really feeling it on the field right now. From the defensive end, transitioning all the way to the offensive end. When you have a cushion, you can play a little bit more relaxed, and that's certainly what we're seeing from Team Miller in the gold. If you would have told me this the other day, I probably wouldn't have guessed a 6-goal differential between Team Benson and Team Miller.
Taryn Van Thoff, the older sister of Taylor Van Thoff. They're working together on the team, same team for a first time in a long time. Ball down on the ground. Oh, tremendous scoop by Trainer. Give her 2 more points. Then she feeds it inside. And we get the goal circle violation. The ball back to Team Benson. As Nicole Levy, former Syracuse Orange all-region performer, sprints to the bench. This is 10-on-10. 3 attackers, 3 midfielders, 3 defenders, and a goalie. They play 6-on-6 at the offensive end. All the athletes were saying that should lead to more creativity, faster flow. Three and a half minutes into the third quarter. Team Benson working deliberately here. Taylor Van Thoff off the split dodge, sends it to Kenzie Kent. Quick stick, score! Beautiful passing play in the finish for Molly Stevens. Courtney Martinez-Connor, things happen quickly in Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse. Don't blink, this is in the net pretty quick.
Kenzie Kent moving behind the back of the cage, tying up her defensive player. Molly Stevens with a great cut, giving another goal to Team Benson.
Molly Stevens with the assist to number 10, Kenzie Kent. Hey fans, we're so glad you joined us today. Tickets are available for select games this season, including this Sunday's doubleheader. Visit us online at auprosports.com or stop by the box office tent located near the entry gate for details. The box office tent will be open to the end of the game. Game 2 at halftime. And fans own a piece of Athletes Unlimited history with the first ever Topps trading card set for professional women's lacrosse. The limited edition set will feature all athletes, plus additional cards about the league and random.
Team Benson trying to chip away at a healthy advantage for Team Miller. The last player on the board, Molly Stevens, has made it an 8-3 advantage for the squad dressed in gold. Folks, our players, they were asked to talk about self-belief, a time of reflection, and how it affected their career. Here's Angie Benson.
2.5 years of retirement went right into
playing. I only had 2 weeks to prepare. I went from player to coach to back to player again. It was a different player. The game's changed. There was different rules. It was a lot faster, different sticks. Just in that 2.5 years I was off. So that was probably the biggest challenge I had to overcome, and then instill my own confidence. And I just trust my preparation. I think if you're fully prepared, things tend to be easier when you're prepared. So it was just trusting my coaching staff and my team, and just getting to that first game was super hard. Like, it was just so hard. A lot of different emotions coming in at once.
That was Believe You Will, presented by Guaranteed Rate. Angie Benson back to her gold circle. Courtney, what must it have been like to quit lacrosse, to stop the game for 2 years?
You know, Angie's not just the only goalkeeper who's done that. Switching from schools can feel like a whole new situation. Leaving the game, like she said, sticks evolve each and every year. The shots get faster, the players are more skilled. But to step up and be back at the top of the game like how she is, it's dedication, it's time preparation. And she's done an excellent job of putting herself in that best position in the toughest conference in the country.
Marie McCool running against Kayla Wood, drifts back behind the cage and swings it for Taylor Vanthoff. Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse on CBS Sports Network, presented by Geico. Joe Beninati, Courtney Martinez, Connor with you. Team Benson in orange with the ball. Just about halfway through the 60-second shot clock. Kenzie Kent against Wakefield. McCool isolating with a great speed, trying to roll back. Excellent defense turned in there. Perfectly timed by Kathy Rudkin. Ball out of bounds. It'll belong to Oldmiller. Kathy Rudkin, she and her dad swimming with the Dawn Patrol, or rather surfing, I should say, with the Dawn Patrol in San Diego. Varied interests of these great lacrosse athletes. Stories to tell over the next 5 weeks. Majorana has a couple of goals. Trainer and Oldmiller leading the way with hat tricks. Majorana bluffs a pass inside. Good stick check there at the right time. And the ground ball picked up by Angie Benson. That'll give her a couple of points for the ground ball. Every stat category matters in Athletes Unlimited.
Marie McCool with that caused turnover, just like scoring a goal. She just earned 12 points for that great defensive play. Again, you can't score a goal if your team doesn't have the ball. So this makes defense step up, step out, and want to make a play on the offensive team, as opposed to sitting back and allowing the offense to create.
But it's far from all about individualism. You win as a team. If you win quarters, your squad collectively picks up points, 20 of them in fact. Vanthoff Taylor feeds it. Over the top it comes. Sydney Pareca bouncing that one wide of Katie Glynn, another former Loyola Greyhound. Kenzie Kent wasting no time as the shot clock had returned to 60. The officials blaring out the whistles. Just over 2 minutes with which to work in the third quarter. Athletes Unlimited launched in 2020 with women's softball. That was held in Chicago. In March of 2021, volleyball contested in Dallas. These lacrosse events, the next 5 weeks, the first that will see fans in the stands tonight, family and friends and special guests. Ticket sales for Sunday's doubleheader that will be available. This is the first time Athletes Unlimited has had fans in the stands, and we can't thank our first responders and all the medical professionals enough. A thank you to our presenting field partner as well, the good people at Geico. Maureen Hendricks Field at Maryland Soccerplex, just about 30 miles from Washington, D.C. If you're just tuning in, Oldmiller, Team Oldmiller, an 8-3 advantage, 3 multiple goal scorers for Team Oldmiller. Marie McCool has 2 of the 3 tallies on the board for Team Benson. Kenzie Kent closing in on her goggles as she gets set to go to the cage. Kent, one of the top offensive producers you would expect over this season.
For Team Benson today, I expect Kenzie Kent, Molly Stevens, Marie McCool, Sydney Pareca. Those players all put up some major points when they had a scrimmage before draft night. And the fact that they've been a little bit quiet today, I think this third quarter, they're getting a little bit of life. They're learning how to work with one another a little bit better, how to clear some space, make some cuts off ball.
And the shot clock.
Yep,
will be
we got
corrected.
you.
You know,
Yeah, so we're getting you down to 8 there and then 2 back on the
beautiful. Yep.
And Holcomb is the table official. Remember, when we stopped play, if memory serves, there was 2:02 to go in the third quarter. The clock here at the stadium is moving, as is the 60-second shot clock. That will need to be adjusted. First 5 goals on the game belong to Team Ohlmiller. Hallie Majorana wasted all of 8 seconds to get Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse off to a flying start. And since then, the gals in gold, Team Ohlmiller, have been a very strong-looking side. It's the first of 2 games tonight. McDowdy's squad squares off with Katie O'Donnell's next on CBS Sports Network. Stevens off the flash cut was bumped by Kennedy. And that could be a free position.
Interesting free positions. There's only one spot, and it's at the very top. You have a defensive player to your left and right. This is a huge opportunity, and it's the first one for Team Benson.
Molly Stevens, Florida Gator, to take it. And she snapped it high over Katie Glynn. The players are asking the officials for a shot clock reset. They're of the mind that Katie Glynn got a chunk of that, and if it does hit the goalie, it is a reset shot clock, but that's not what the officials rule. They're going to give the ball to Team Ohlmiller. Kayla Wood will advance. She finds Taryn Vanthoff, and then Dempsey Arsenault. 80 seconds in this third quarter. Majorana on the hop against Geiger. Geiger forces her below the goal line extended. Kayla Trainer on the hop outside the 8-meter arc. She scores from there. It's worth 2. Levy thought about it, then made the flip for Haley Warden, who helped put James Madison Lacrosse on the map. More nifty passing on the feed. Levy fires and scores. Nicole Levy gets 12 points for herself.
Ball movement, ball movement, ball movement. They began attacking from up top, had their nice little weave action going again, eventually moved the ball to a different spot on the field, started attacking from X, and we saw that nice little flip pass into a finish inside. But when you're constantly moving the ball, changing the point of attack, right here, Hallie Majorana, you see that little backhanded pass inside to Nicole Levy, Syracuse player to Syracuse player. When you have teammates that you've played with in the past, it definitely makes things easier on the field, knowing what another's going to do.
Levy in super slow-mo there had Benson at her mercy. Nicole Levy, who hails from East Islip, New York. That town on Long Island has produced a number of lacrosse greats. There are 16 different states in the union represented on the Athletes Unlimited roster, 56 total players. A 5-week season, 30 total games, 1 individual champion when it's all said and done. Marie McCool off the draw circle, lost the handle there, and Kayla Wood gets another ground ball. Every ground ball earns her 2 points on her totals. Rudkin sprints towards the midfield line. Rudkin, who spent the first 3 years of her college career at Syracuse, finished up at Maryland. She was fouled. And we have a card, a yellow card against Marie McCool. That'll be a 1-minute player up for Team Ohlmiller.
I love the tenacity that Marie McCool showed. However, as soon as you check a player or come anywhere near her head, the referees are immediately going to issue that yellow card, keeping the game safe. Obviously, it's a bit more physical than what we are generally used to seeing for the collegiate game. But we see right there, as she was reaching across that body to get that stick check, she hit the defensive player in the head, and that's what warranted the 60-second yellow.
Team Kylie Ohlmiller, 2 for 2 shooting in the third quarter. They lead this individual quarter 2-1. They are threatening to sweep the first 3. That means all the players on their roster would receive 3 times 20 points for winning a frame. 5 seconds left. It's 9-3 overall. Arsenal looking ahead. It's away from the cross of Majorana, and the third quarter comes complete. 8-minute quarters in Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse. 9-3 for Kylie Ohlmiller's squad. Here at Maureen Hendricks Field. Get you back for more on CBS Sports Network. Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse on CBS Sports Network is presented by Geico. A gorgeous early evening for Athletes Unlimited's first ever lacrosse game. Comfortably led after 3 quarters by Team Ohlmiller, 9-3. They've scored 4 last 6 overall on the board. It's time for us to go into the game. First up with Angie Benson.
Stay on. Inside. Yeah, can we challenge that, please? Challenge!
She's in the crease. It's a no-go. Did you see her foot in the crease? Yep. So not even a push or anything. Watch. Right there. Foot is in the crease.
Watching in slow motion right now, we do see the player in the goal circle
prior to the shot. Right here. See, and there's no push. Foot is in. Her right foot.
Okay.
So is on the goal circle. Yep. Yep.
Okay. So that challenge is going to be successful. This goal is not going to stand.
Yep.
We see Kayla Trainer feeding inside to Kylie Ohlmiller, but look at that back right foot. That's what the referees were looking at as they saw the challenge. Angie Benson, incredibly smart with Team Orange. As she said, her foot in the crease, there was no push. Initially watching it in fast replay, I thought that there was a foul in the play, and this clearly showed exactly what Team Benson in Orange was looking for. A no goal, their first challenge, and a successful one at that.
Good work at the table, too, in conversation there. The head official, Patty Kletcher-Porter, working with the table official, Devin Holcomb, to sort that out. We've played 3 quarters of this Athletes Unlimited inaugural game, and we should let you know, fans, that you can own a piece of Athletes Unlimited history with the first ever Topps trading card set. The trading card set for professional women's lacrosse. The limited edition sets will feature all athletes, plus additional cards about the league, and randomly inserted serial numbered parallels, including player autographs and Nike Golden tickets. Sets are available to purchase now through August 27th at Topps.com. This is the only opportunity to purchase this unique collectible, so get yours today. Here's Katie Glynn in the goal for Team Ohlmiller. Katie took over for Britt Reed. Katie, another of the former Greyhounds in Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse. She played collegiately at Loyola, led the Patriot League in goals against average in the past, specifically in the season of 2019. We get set for the draw. The draw has been handled extremely well for Team Ohlmiller. Taylor Vanthoff, 18 in the orange, has had difficulties throughout the day. Ohlmiller's squad leading 11-4 when it comes to draw controls. Warden pops this one up. Becca Block comes up with the ground ball and possession for Team Benson. It's the first of 2 games on CBS Sports Network. Joe Beninati, Courtney Martinez-Connor with you. We'll have Meg Dowdy's troops against Katie O'Donnell's starting just a little after 7:30 Eastern time tonight. In the orange, Team Benson trailing by 6. They've got some catching up to do, and they need to do it in a hurry. Only 8-minute quarters in these games.
Now both teams are all even. That yellow card that was issued at the end of that 3rd quarter, null and void, 6v6 inside of that offensive area.
Katie Glynn jetting out of her goal circle. Spots Allie Kennedy on the bounce pass through midfield. Wakefield drags it ahead. 14 players on each roster. The captains and the players call all the shots. The facilitator for Team Benson, advisor, helper, it's Abby Jackson. The facilitator for Team Ohlmiller is Amanda Johansson, who's been playing and working through residency with Team USA. Early stages of the 4th. Kennedy gets inside on the shovel. Denied there by Britt Brown. Britt Brown, who's come on. Britt Brown having a word for the officials as they have struck again. Team Ohlmiller hits double digits. The officials beginning their conference. Britt Brown was animated, and that's every day for Britt, probably every waking minute of every day for Britt, but she put up an immediate protest.
Challenge? Okay. Yep.
And the challenge has been offered.
Challenge on the goal, whether she was in the crease on the goal.
Joe, I don't want to be on Britt Brown's bad side.
No. We just took you into the game a few moments ago and showed you the aftermath of a challenge. This is the play that's being reviewed now. Is Warden in that goal circle too soon?
Absolutely. We see this move around the cage. Her foot is in the crease. She's shooting. Nobody's touching her. I think this will be a very easy one for our referees, table officials to take a look at. Sure, at this point, players are hoping and wishing that they had more than just 2 challenges a game.
It's the follow-up, right? Allie Kennedy didn't score that. Warden did. It's Kennedy who's dodging the circle now, getting bumped, landing on the turf. The ball's live. Watch 22 Warden scoop it up right here and then deposit.
If I'm Team Benson, I'm saying that foot was in the crease before the ball went down, so it should have been goalie's ball before that even second shot. So I think that's what the referees, they're not taking a look at that second shot. It's that very first step before she got rid of the ball.
9-3 your score for the moment. The goal in question belonging to Haley Warden. In past women's pro leagues, the WPLL to be specific, Haley played with the Pride. Spunky spark plug offensively for Team Ohlmiller. Folks, we want to let you know that you can join us in person at Maureen Hendricks Field, and please do so at the Maryland Soccerplex for game days. Tickets still available for select dates. We direct you to auprosports.com. That's auprosports.com/tickets/lacrosse. All sorts of good stuff happening at auprosports.com. Among those, the way to get your tickets to come out and see us with Athletes Unlimited over the next 5 weekends. Once more, a challenge, a review underway as to whether or not this goal from Warden will count.
We see Allie Kennedy with the ball. Her right foot is what steps into the crease before she even gets rid of it for the shot.
After reviewing the play, the athlete did step on the goal circle, so therefore there is a no goal. Ball will start with the goalie in her cage.
As Courtney was detailing, Britt Brown is very happy about that. Haley Warden the other end of the spectrum of emotions as this goal is taken away from her.
Great call by the officials. However, let's pretend like that foot wasn't in the crease. It's those second and third looks that Team Ohlmiller keeps getting on the offensive end that's difficult for Team Benson in orange to put up a stop. So they need to stop allowing those ground balls, those extra little looks inside in order to come back in this fourth quarter.
Just past 90 seconds into that fourth and final frame. 4 8-minute quarters in regulation of Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse. Team Benson in the orange fell behind early if you're just tuning in with us this Friday night. A 5-0 goal scoring spree for Team Ohlmiller. Got them out of the gates quickly. Kenzie Kent would like to spark the rally. Kent getting her defender hung up. Turns, goes inside roll, then gets buried there. The collision with Wakefield dislodging the ball and giving it back to Ohlmiller. Rudkin brings it successfully ahead to Kylie Ohlmiller. Another Long Island, New York native who had an outstanding career at Stony Brook. Timeout has been called by Team Ohlmiller. Just shy of the 3-minute mark in the fourth. 9-3 for the team in the gold uniforms. Back with more in a moment.
There's a timeout on the field.
Temperatures in the 90s in the nation's capital. We're about 30 miles away enjoying Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse, a place where athletes look to unlock their unlimited potential. Team Ohlmiller has a 9-3 advantage in the fourth quarter, and we should direct you to head to auprosports.com. You can get your Athletes Unlimited gear. Don't forget to follow on social at AU Pro Sports for exclusive inside content. On the Geico leaderboard, remember, individual stats count, team stats count. As you win quarters and as you win games, the numbers continue to climb. Kayla Trainer finds herself in the lead in the early going.
Kayla Trainer, Haley Majorana, number 1 and 3 right there. Both attackers, but what I really like to see here is our second and fourth leader, Kayla Wood, Kathy Rudkin. Both of those players, defensive players, so you are definitely rewarded for coming up with big plays on the defensive end of the field, cause turnovers, ground balls, and even draw controls.
The first player selected in the Athletes Unlimited first ever draft was Taylor Cummings. She'll play for Team O'Donnell in the nightcap. A reminder to stay with us for that one. Should be starting just a little after 7:30 Eastern time. 5.5 to go in the fourth. Ohlmiller in gold has the lead comfortably by 6, and they have the lacrosse ball. The pass is high. On the end line, a ground ball scoop, give Marie McCool another 2 points. As Becca Block looks to clear away from Kayla Trainer, her former Syracuse team. On the advance, Pareka. Sydney, that is. Both Sydney and Shayna, outstanding gymnasts in their younger days. McCool, who can take a game over, has scored a couple tonight, but not nearly enough to hold down the scoring exploits of Team Ohlmiller.
Listen, the fourth quarter, it's up for grabs. Nobody has scored a goal. That's all it takes. 1-0 in this fourth quarter, and you can get 20 points for your team.
After that 5-0 outburst, Courtney, you said it, it's been a close game. Shovel shot that goes wide of Glynn, sent there by Kenzie Kent as she hits the turf. Quick restart for Vanthof, Taylor Vanthof, marked by Dempsey Arsenal. Shot clock violation against Team Benson. It's a 60-second shot clock in Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse. An 8-meter key. If you score from outside the 8-meter key, they'll give you a 2-point goal, and if you do so, you'll get 16 points for your own individual totals. Oldmiller jogging in. Time's a-wasting now, more than halfway through the fourth. Majorana skipping outside the key. Arsenal was looking right into the sun, and Dempsey Arsenal never saw that. It's a turnover back to Team Benson.
Unfortunately, that's not something she can say, oh, don't give me that turnover, the sun was in my eyes. It's a -8 points for her. Turnovers really can affect where you're at in the leaderboard.
Katrina Geiger, who played in the WPLL with the Philadelphia Fire, helping Benson's squad to get into the attack territory. McCool to the heart of the Oldmiller defense. This Team Benson has misfired 8 of the last 9, make it 9 of the last 10 as Glynn made that stop. Team Benson's offense cold throughout, just 3 points on the board with 3 minutes to go in the fourth. Sprinting and weaving through on the clear. Becca Block brings it ahead. Becca said of Athletes Unlimited, it's been the most professional treatment we've ever had. These great athletes embracing Athletes Unlimited, the inaugural game. Kylie Oldmiller's squad in control. Ball sent wide of the cage there. The shot coming from Gabriel. This pass is too tall for Shayna Parekha. Team Benson will regroup and square off with Meg Dowdy's squad tomorrow at 3 p.m. Team Oldmiller has a date at noon. The first game on our slate tomorrow against Katie O'Donnell's squad. You'll see O'Donnell and Dowdy's groups in the nightcap this evening.
Team Benson has just been struggling getting on the same page offensively. We see a lot of people on Team Oldmiller in gold moving the ball, getting some touches, gaining confidence, and I think that's the biggest difference. Being confident with the ball in your stick, working with one another, as opposed to they've felt the squeeze throughout the entire game after that first quarter. The game's been close ever since then, but they haven't been playing like it.
Trainer, quick stick to score her 4th on the night. Icing on the cake from Team Oldmiller's number 21.
Kayla Trainer doing what she does best. We see Haley Warden finding a wide open Nicole Levy, who puts it down low, and then they feed it inside. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 passes, finding Kayla Trainer on the doorstep. A nice little quick stick. She knew she didn't have a lot of time, but that pass coming from another one of her previous teammates on that lower right-hand corner, changing the point of attack. So very important. Makes the defense have to shift. The goalie struggling to track where that ball is coming from. Team Oldmiller has just done a great job of involving everyone.
Kayla wanted to make sure that we recognize the vision and the commitment of Athletes Unlimited co-founders Jonathan Soros and CEO John Patrikoff in attendance for this inaugural game. Kylie Oldmiller's squad well on its way to victory now with less than 2 minutes to go. Courtney, explain the draw control stick that Taylor Vanthoff uses. It's a different kind of head that she employs to try and win draws.
The gate stick has really leveled out the game. If it's a gate stick against a regular stick, you are for sure coming up with that draw control. However, technique still matters. You need to know what you're doing, whether you're going to put the ball to the back side of your shoulder or push it forward. Both of the Vanthoff sisters do a great job off of the draw control. However, once again, Team Oldmiller coming up with it.
Deliberate possession now for Team Oldmiller. They're just shrinking the final 1:15 of this fourth quarter with a healthy 7-point lead. Arsenault off the split dodge, getting to the goal. She scores. Dempsey, Arsenault.
Dempsey Arsenault showing her speed and athleticism. We see her begin with that stick in her right hand, a little split, right back over top. Right now, Team Oldmiller's just showing off. Not a lot of sliding going on for Team Benson. In orange, we see immediately she gets beat. No defensive player coming. And that's a quick little tic-tac-toe for Team Oldmiller. in goal, Dempsey Arsenal showing her dominance, quick changes of direction, a little too easy, in my opinion.
She helped the Eagles of Boston College score a tidal wave of goals during her collegiate career. Her last 2 seasons there, 64 and 65 goals for Arsenal. She's made it an 11-3 lead for Team Oldmiller. 70 seconds left in this inaugural game of Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse. Joe Beninati and Courtney Martinez-Connor with you. Kayla Wood down on the deck around the draw circle. Less than a minute to play. Grace Gabriel gets to the elbow. Bounce shot that goes wide. Kent with the scoop on the ground ball. Kenzie Kent getting a couple of points for herself late. On the handoff here, there's Shayna Pareca interchanging with Marie McCool. McCool floats it over the top. Van Thoff. Taylor checking the shot clock to see 30. Game clock 31. Gets inside. Good defensive check there at the last instant. That was supplied. Arsenal doing the job at both ends of the field. McCool rolls back, shovels that one wide. Just 13 seconds left in the frame. One more chance. Glynn makes the stuff save. Katie Glynn taking over for Britt Reed. Both of Kylie Oldmiller's goalies were very strong, backstopping an 11-3 decision for the team in gold.
Team over 11, Team Benson 3. With their 2 goals in the fourth quarter, Team Oldmiller wins, and every player on Team Oldmiller takes home 20 points.
11-3 for Team Oldmiller, and they set the tone right away with the first 5 points on the board. And in doing so, what was the key to their offensive structure?
Patience. Patience in team play was most important for Team Oldmiller. The fact that the score was 0-0 essentially in that fourth quarter, they took their time. They didn't bother them that nobody had scored a goal within those first 6 minutes essentially. But they were patient, waited for those perfect opportunities, finding open teammates on the doorstep, setting up, wide open, isolation dodges to come up with 2 goals in the final 2 minutes. And they were able to win that fourth and final quarter.
We told you every play matters, and with respect to the team, the individual totals, they go up by 20 for every quarter the team wins. Joe Beninati, Courtney Martinez-Connor with you on CBS Sports Network, and Kylie Oldmiller is kind enough to join us post-game. Kylie, Courtney was addressing the 5-0 outburst to start the game. In your eyes, what happened?
Yeah, we were just talking about one play at a time. This is a really interesting league in the fact that we got to draft our own teams, and in that regard, we also have never played together before, right, as a team. So we were just talking about taking it one play at a time, having each other's backs out there. All the little plays in between the 30s were really what did it for us, and coming off to a hot start was important to us too.
Kylie, you talked about not playing together previously, but I would beg to differ that you guys did tremendously well offensively. What were some keys that you worked on in practice?
Yeah, you know, we have a bunch of really awesome offensive players that can move the ball well, right? Be feeders, be dodgers, be threats all over the field. And we've got a all New York offense as well. We're joking that we're mostly Long Island, but we got Kayla Trainer from Cuse as well. So we were moving the ball well all week in practice, and I think that was an emphasis just to share the ball and play to each other's strengths.
From the first half to the second, we saw the score shrink a little bit. What changes did Team Benson make that made things a little bit more difficult for you guys?
Yeah, you know, we had a couple in the crease calls. We had a couple calls that they challenged, and they definitely, you know, kind of woke up a little bit on the draw circle and were really challenging us in those 50-50 ground balls. And, you know, credit to them, they're a really scrappy team, really aggressive, and, you know, they played us well in those balls, so we just had to dig a little bit deeper.
Kylie, congratulations. You're 1 for 1 on the weekend. Keep up the good work.
Thanks so much.
Kylie Oldmiller, one of the multi-goal scorers for the team that was dressed in gold. And Kayla Trainer, obviously, Courtney, always draws our attention. Her offensive abilities are off the charts.
Kayla is a wizard with her stick. She is always moving, always thinking, always has her head up, whether the ball is in her stick or not. But we see as she carries the ball from one side of the field to the other, she actually was looking to feed. However, a lane was open for her, and she was saying, okay, I'm going to take it in myself. If you've cleared for me, I'm going to the goal.
Kayla Trainer is joining us now, field level. And Kayla, there are a lot of players in this league and on your team that have a coach's mindset. Obviously you do. How do you all get on the same page together when you may want to have one opinion perhaps greater than the other?
Well, I think to start, Kylie O'Miller is a great captain, and she really led this team today and, was really comfortable letting other people speak, which is amazing. And I thought it was really collaborative, and everyone got to share their opinion and their thoughts, and it really clicked today.
Kylie talked to us about having an all-New York offense. Is that something you guys talked about when you were in practice, working together?
Yeah, 3 Long Island and only 1 upstate. So, but yeah, all New York. It was a lot of fun. I had played with Nicole and Hallie in college, and I played with Kylie on US, so we have good chemistry with our unit, so it's fun.
Kayla, I thought both goalies performed well. Describe their play today.
Yeah, the goalies played awesome, and it's a really fun league because there's lots of shots, and goalies get a lot of opportunity to make some big saves. So both goalies played awesome, so it was great, and it was a lot of fun.
Kayla, you're off and running. I expect to see you at the top of that leaderboard most of the next 5 weeks. Thanks for spending some time with us.
Thanks so much.
Kayla Trainer victorious for Team Ole Miller. A decisive win over Team Benson. When we return, goalkeeper Britt Reed will be on headset with us.
Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Guaranteed Rate.
Kylie O'Miller's squad filling up the box score today in the Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse inaugural game. A final score of 11-3 with 3 different multi-goal scores. Kayla Trainer leading the way with 4 as Ole Miller prevails. Our Geico Defensive Player of the game belongs to Team Ole Miller goaltender Britt Reed.
Britt Reed standing tall in the goal cage. Super important to hold your position till that ball is out of the stick, and we see her eyeing it and tracking it oh so well. Calm, confident, and collected.
And wouldn't you know it, Reed is joining us from field level. Britt, when you hold a team to just 3 total points, a professional team to just 3 points, you and Katie Glynn did a fine job. What was the best thing that was happening in front of you defensively?
Our chemistry from only playing 2 days together was unreal. Defense talking, we knew the attack tendencies, we talked for everything, we made the adjustments we need to make, we had fun, and we enjoyed every moment of it.
Britt, what was the message in that third quarter timeout in order for you guys to finish the game strong?
Play how we've been playing. Take care of the ball, stay calm on attack, move the ball fast. They're such good stick handlers. Get the ball around. Don't be fazed by the other team getting gritty. Stay composed, and we're going to come out on top.
As you guys are going into the locker room to talk about the game, what are some things that you're going to talk about looking forward to tomorrow?
Just being excited to see what's next, and staying composed, and taking what we learned from this game, bring it in the next game, and still having the energy and confidence had after this great win.
Well done, Britt. Thanks very much for spending some time with us. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Britt Reed standing tall in her goal circle. Kylie Ole Miller's squad gets the win as we look at the Geico leaderboard through this first game, and all of these point totals carry over through the 5 weeks and 30 games worth of play. Kayla Trainer starting off with 171 points, each of her 4 goals earning 12, and then remember, the entire team swept through. So that's 20, 4 times is 80, plus 45 is 125 points. Everybody who wore gold today.
That entire team, I'd say, played a great team game. There was no individual efforts. Yes, Kayla's leading the leaderboard right now off of her goals, but everyone contributed, all from the goalkeepers defensively. You spots at number 2 and 4 for Team Ohlmiller. Every single position is important, not just the attackers. And I think they shared the ball well, exactly what the defense talked about throughout the entire game.
Warm-ups for game 2 carrying on as we take you into the game with Caroline Wakefield.
Oh, there's my dad. He's got his lucky shirt on. Let's go. It's a good day when my dad's wearing his lucky shirt. This one is? No way. That was nasty. I have a date with an ice bath and a heating pad later. Check, check. Win, win, win. Go, go, go. That's how you win the game. Yo, let's have some fun. I'm gonna throw some checks this time. I'm having a great time. Woo! Something like make some dough, ladies.
Baby.
Great job. Great job.
Let's go.
Great job. Yeah. Let's go, guys. Good job, guys. Hey, you want to get matching Jordans? Let's go. Let's go. Matching Jordans for the team. Kayla. Kayla.
If you're okay, you three are to your captain level unlimited club member. Cast your vote now.
Can you do the ball?
Caroline Wakefield wearing 23 to honor another former great North Carolina Tar Heel in Michael Jordan. I knew she'd be fantastic with the mic. She actually surpassed my expectations today, taking us into the game.
What I love is her energy, right? She's getting her team pumped, no matter if they're winning, down, which they were never down in this game. However, she was acting with emotion, and that's what you need out of the defense. You need the defense talking because that translates into the offensive end.
Meg Dowdy and Katie O'Donnell next in action in front of friends and family and special guests. Athletes Unlimited's opening weekend. The doubleheader game comes your way tonight at 7:30. More Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse right here on CBS Sports Network. For Courtney Martinez-Connor, for all the men and women in our crew, Joe Beninati, thanks very much for your time. This has been a presentation of CBS Sports Network, the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. Athletes Unlimited, off and running.